The topic of today's podcast is discussing information security on the internet, the importance of updating your password. Have a great day. How to listen and use vocabulary fluently like a native. The key to success is practice, practice all the time. Let English sounds fill your space naturally with podcasts. Make it a habit to listen to podcasts on a variety of topics anytime. And you will remember how to use vocabulary in everyday conversations.
Updating your password? Update your thinking first. Let's face it, passwords are a pain. While you might think it's a good idea to use your pet's name or your birth year, research shows that passwords must be much stronger now than in the past. You may have noticed that you have to create longer and more complex passwords for your new accounts. Instructions might say something like, you must include uppercase letters, special symbols, numbers, and so on. They may also tell us that we cannot use dates, repeated numbers, or other patterns. This is supposed to provide better protection, but in reality, most people still follow a small number of predictable behaviors. Criminals, meanwhile, are happy that you are doing this. So what can you do to create a strong but easy-to-remember password? It has to be strong enough to protect your information from increasingly sophisticated cybercriminals. But it should still be easy to remember. Here are a few tips from the experts. 1. You should not use easy-to-guess information such as a birthday or other personal details. 2. Choose a short, memorable sentence. Then take the first letter of each word and use that as the base for your password. So, Taylor Swift is my favorite singer would become TSIMFS. 3. Whatever you choose as the base for your password, adding numbers and special symbols can make it stronger. 4. Do not keep your passwords in a notebook near your computer. 5. Yes, it's annoying, and yes, it takes time, but tell yourself that you must create a strong, safe password every time. Of course, you may be tired of trying to remember different passwords for all your online activities, but this could tempt you to start using the same password for several different accounts. Bad idea. A recent study of 61 million passwords that hackers stole from websites found over 16 million passwords, more than 25%, that were reused or only slightly modified, making life very easy for hackers. This demonstrates that most of us do not take our online security seriously, but experts warn that we had better start to care, or one day we might regret it.
Could your ancestry research catch a killer? We've all seen the ads for websites that provide you with information on your ancestry. On some sites, you can send in a sample of your DNA and in a short time find out more about where you came from and discover people around the world that you are related to. The availability of such sites has skyrocketed in recent years. The number of customers using ancestry sites was just a few 100,000 in 2013, but jumped to over 15 million in 2018. Some people go to great lengths to trace their ancestry and might spend several hours a week on their search. Others may only be interested in a bit of fun. But how many of these millions of users realize that their hobby might be helping the police find a killer? In 2018, police in Sacramento, California, were able to track down and capture a man known as the Golden State Killer. He had committed a series of horrible crimes in the 1970s and 80s, including 13 murders. With the use of ancestry sites, police could compare the DNA data that was collected from the crime scene with that of ancestry site users living in the area where the murders took place. Then, when a DNA match was found, The police were able to locate relatives that fit the killer's profile and who lived in the area. When they narrowed down their search to one suspect, they collected a new DNA sample from him. His sample matched the DNA of the killer. Without the use of ancestry sites, this individual could still be walking the streets as a free man. So, on the face of it, this use of modern technology seems to be a good thing. But should we be looking at this issue with regard to personal privacy too? Police were able to get genetic information of the murderer's relatives without permission. You put your information online for personal reasons and find out later that it was used without your knowledge. Is this acceptable?